Hey guys, my name's Mitch,
My name's Matt.
and this is Off the Cuff. We're a couple of marketers coming to you with ideas, with feedback, questions that are answered, stuff like that, or that come to us we want to answer,
Philosophies,
philosophies.
all sorts of good stuff. And today, we're talking about a very controversial individual. He reads lots of books, drives a Lamborghini. He's always surrounded by beautiful, sexy women. He's always up in your Facebook feed. And he's always up in here in his garage.
In his garage with his books.
Tai Lopez.
Yeah, man. I think we had a brief discussion about this one, but that guy rubbed me off the wrong way, man. He was taking over everything. He was taking over my phone, YouTube, and so I was like, man, this guy again. Like he just kept coming up, and I'm like, why does he have a bookshelf in his garage?
Yeah.
I've never seen a bookshelf in a
So, like, what specifically was it that was kind of like rubbing you the wrong way, like pissing you off?
that whole thing. I was like, this guy is just standing in front of Lambos, somebody else's Lambos, renting them or whatnot, or he's like, hey, I know you. Can I, use your house to film stuff?
Right.
So I thought it was just sort of creating the buzz where it's not really his, so it's lying.
Yeah.
In the end,
Yeah.
it's lying. Like, why are you lying to people? You're just basically, you're creating an illusion
Right.
just to draw people in.
Right.
So that's what I didn't like.
Yeah.
And so it was difficult for me to authenticate him. But after a while, I started seeing a lot more of his posts. This guy is just, I don't doubt that he knows what he's doing. I don't know him personally or anything, but I don't doubt he knows what he's doing. He has a very different approach with not really. His approach is fine. It's just him as a person, the way he approaches it, which is also something that I didn't particularly like, was that he comes across as being like, he's got a very pompous attitude. Like,
Right.
Like, hey, well, you could be doing this. Like, there's $1,000 like that. Pfft, you don't do that. You do it for and it was very sort of like, you're there. I don't know. It was just, there's a lot to it that I guess I just didn't vibe. Now you've sent me a few videos about him essentially in his car driving up to a ranch, and hey, I mean, I kind of like that. I like people are like, well, I'm going to be sitting in a car. Here, hold this.
Yeah.
And
it was super off the cuff.
It was off the cuff.
Yeah.
Let's have him on. It was so off the cuff, and it was so like I saw the real side of him.
And then it changed your perception.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
I saw the genuine side, I guess, and it wasn't just sort of like I'm making a video and this is my Lamborghini, is my favorite one, Meanwhile, he's walking by Bentleys and stuff, and I'm like, Bentley, drooling. Yeah, we all have these things, and so he's like, man, here, click. He's got the one. It plays a lot, like, because I still get tons of ads. He must be spending so much.
Millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I get the ad where he's coming out of a club.
Oh, yeah.
To
Where he's
his
like,
friends.
social media marketing.
Social media
agency.
marketing. He's
Yeah.
like, I'm here with my guy. It's like, what are you doing? The guy's like,
Hot girl
yo,
on the
man.
side.
I'm like he took Tai Lopez out to the club. He's like, well, I just started like 2 years ago. Now I'm making like 180 a month. Right?
Yeah. Don't forget the hot chick on the side.
The one that's like half there.
It's kind
Just
of
like, yeah. Anyways, they're having a good time, obviously. A little tipsy. I think he even says they're a little bit tipsy. Coming out of the club partying. But he takes the time.
Yeah.
He takes the time to like just turn on the video. He takes advantage of it. He takes every opportunity to deliver a message.
Yeah.
And so
You have to understand too, like, who Tai Lopez's audience is, right? His audience isn't like, like 40-year-old people who have an established business.
and those are young.
Yeah, they're 25 years old. They're they're trying to build a business or whatever. And the fastest way that he can get their attention is like, look, I got status, I got the car, I got the nice girl, I got the money. So that reels them in, right? And then once they're in and then they buy, then that's when he gives them the value. And I felt the same exact way as you. Like when I first started seeing those ads, I was like, oh, like, this is like, it's almost like scammy.
Yeah, it's scammy,
Yeah, and then I kept seeing it more and more and more. And I'm like, this ad has been running for a while. Like, clearly it's working. Like, people don't spend advertising for months and it's not working, you know, like it's gonna run out of the money. So then I was like, this is interesting. And he had a sale on one of his courses, which was actually the social media marketing course. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna buy it. So I ended up getting it, and it's amazing. Like, the content in there is amazing. He brings in all these different experts, and he does the high level stuff, and then they teach all the specific stuff. So then once I had that experience, I was like, wow, like, what else does he have? So then I started reading more and more of his stuff and you know, watching his content. And what I started to realize is that, like, it's just his marketing strategy. What he uses is, like, to get your attention is the materialistic stuff. Then to keep you there, he gives you, like, a lot of value and really delivers.
Right.
So, like, anyone who tells me that they're not a big fan of Tai Lopez, that's totally cool, but at least give his real content and, like, actual products, like, a chance. Because I personally feel like people get way too attached to, like, a specific person and not the result. So, for example,
that happens a lot.
yeah, exactly, right? It's like what's a good example? Like, for example, you know, Donald Trump. People hate that guy. Like, some people, anything he says, they're like, man, like, off the table. But people forget too that, like, this guy's a billionaire, you know, like, he's a smart businessman. And so a lot of the things that he says, like, I'm not a billionaire. I should probably, like, listen to him a bit.
He got good advice.
He's got some good advice. So you don't need to love him as a person, but, like, listen to some of the stuff, because there's something to be learned there,
Sure.
right? And that's what marketing is all about, right?
I think it's personality too, right? It's like Donald Trump's very direct, so like he has no filters.
Yeah.
And so you're gonna hate it or love that. You're gonna love and hate his policies, but that's just politics in general.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how much he sugarcoat it. I'm intrigued by him.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued by what he's done, man. Lost everything and rebuilt it then. And so what does Tai do, in your opinion, that is very similar to something like that? Like, he draws people in.
Yeah.
And
Very
I get it.
controversial, very in your face.
Yeah.
And almost coming off, like, it's funny, him and Donald Trump, people discount them as being, like, idiots, which is, like, really interesting when you think about it, because people are saying these people are idiots, yet so much success behind them, right? So then immediately what I'm asking myself is, like, this must be a strategy they're using to get, like, attention, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would not be surprised if both of them say things and do things in a way that they know is going to create, like, that kind of
That
response.
buzz. Well, I mean, I don't know, like, and
Yeah.
I can't confirm it, but I've heard stories about Donald Trump being a total family man.
Yeah.
Like, really
Yeah.
behind closed doors, that he's a
Yeah.
nice person.
If you use, like, those strategies to get attention and all that stuff, you know, let's say that, like, Tai is purposely doing all that stuff just to get people in his program, do you think that it's ethical for him to use those strategies if he's like, you know what, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get someone to get my program because I want to change people's lives, so I'm going to show the Lamborghini, I'm going to show the hot girls, I'm going to do all this stuff just to get them in? Like, what do you think about that?
Well, there's two sides to it. What Ty's doing is he's selling information products. He's selling his training systems. So he doesn't really, I mean, he wants to change lives, but it doesn't matter who buys it.
Right.
Whereas in our business, we actually qualify a client. Like, we don't want to work with just anyone.
Right.
We keep that success rate extremely high. So I think
But he
that's
also
a
doesn't
little bit
want
different.
refunds.
So, well, I'm not going to market personally.
Yeah.
You know what? There's stats on this, like how many people actually refund at $4.97. They're like, I got it, and there's
Right.
stuff that's usable
Right.
for me to go through it or whatever.
Right.
Which is also why he doesn't accept PayPal, or does he?
I don't know.
PayPal is really easy to get.
Oh,
refunds.
really? Okay.
Put in a dispute. 180 days later, you get your money back if you haven't heard
Right.
back. But with credit cards, you have to call the credit card company. You have to call them. You have to
Right,
email them.
right.
So people will not do it. Anyway, besides the point, I think that there's that difference there where he just wants to sell and sell and sell. He's definitely going to do the stuff that's going to, like, the materialistic stuff, which, by the way, I guess that's what you're doing today.
Oh, yes. Beautiful
It's
jacket.
nice
You know, it was
jacket,
nicely
yeah.
donated to me.
Oh, donated.
Yes.
I don't know about that. So, but then there's our side of the business and many other service businesses out there
Right.
that we can't do that. I personally don't market just to get clients through my door.
Yeah.
That would be a waste of my time to have people come in and to find
Yeah.
out that their budget is $500.
Yeah.
Or which is a lot of money. I get $500 a lot of money, but in marketing, when you're running a business, it is pennies.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely, that would waste my time. So I don't do the in-your-face stuff all that much. By the way, my company name is called In Your Face for different reasons. I don't do the in-your-face like I'm gonna draw people in.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you how like it is.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you if it's working or not. Like
Yeah.
we had someone the other day say like their offer was free shipping after a certain amount. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's not an offer.
Yeah.
Like it's not an offer.
It's almost like the new standard now.
Yeah, and it's not an offer.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in another podcast, I'm sure.
For sure. I love talking about offers.
I know you do.
Yeah. I personally like Tai Lopez. I study all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be a student regardless of where you stand emotionally about the person.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've gotten a lot of good learnings from. Now, you also sent me a podcast at one point of Mitch Miller.
Yes. Yeah.
Rock star.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like this guy had a heart attack when he was 21.
Heart attack.
He
Yeah.
had the women, like multiple women. He played in like a rock band.
Yeah.
They almost got signed by Chad Kroeger.
Yeah.
Was it Chad Kroeger?
Something
Is
like
what
that,
his name,
I
from
don't know.
Nickelback. And whatnot. And then he had a heart attack because he did too much cocaine. And,
Yeah.
like it was just really like this guy's nuts, and now he's like his life is totally done. Like he's done a 180.
Yeah. I came across some of his stuff online, just on Facebook, and I've been studying him because he teaches a lot of the stuff that Tai Lopez is doing.
Yeah.
So I've been studying like a lot of his marketing courses, which are really, really good. And he actually does like a walkthrough of like what Tai Lopez is doing and like teaches all this stuff. And the biggest thing that he talks about that Tai is doing, which I found really interesting, is he worded it in a way, he said, Tai Lopez is selling you status at a discount. He's selling you that dream at a discount. It's like you can have all that dream and what it feels like when you buy his course, because you're like, now I'm on my way to being just like Tai Lopez.
Right, I get it.
If you notice, Tai Lopez never talks about how old he is ever. He actually won't even answer it in an interview with Impact Theory there.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, if you watch that interview, they'll say like, how old are you, Tai? And he's like, I don't want to say. So the reason is that his audience, like I said, is a younger audience, and maybe he's concerned like, I don't want my audience thinking I'm too old, because Tai Lopez is over 40 years old.
Well, how do you know, Matt?
Because in one particular video it is revealed.
Ah, the secret's revealed.
Yes.
So what are your thoughts on Tai Lopez's offers?
Yeah.
Because I see that he's got his courses. They're $29.97.
Yeah.
But and each course or something is a certain price, but get all three of them.
Yeah.
For this price, or individually for like $295.
Yeah. It's actually even cheaper now.
It's cheaper, $195.
Yeah, something like that.
$97.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how much can you dilute it? Like, I mean, that's like 90% savings. It's, and people buy.
I mean, I think discounts, they make sense, like, if you're doing it, for a limited time. There's only so long, though, you can say, like, we're doing a discount. And Tai Lopez is kind of, like, guilty of that.
But he keeps bringing it back.
He keeps
like,
bringing
now
it back.
Now it's like Mother's Day or it's Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
It's
like he was doing a Black Friday one for a bit, and he was like, I've extended it. And it's like,
oh, he extended
last
it,
minute.
man.
Yeah, it's like another extension.
But then he brought the exact same one back for
Father's Day
or something. And it was like, hey, there's a lot of it.
I personally hate discounts. Like, I don't believe in discounting because, like, I just don't think that people take it seriously. And my personal client, like, I don't want to attract people who, like, their idea of marketing is like, let's do like 15% off.
And I know, and there's a place for it, like an information product or something that's like, you know, you build it once, you sell many times. Yeah, okay, that could work.
Yeah.
Because the work's already been done.
Yeah.
And so now it's just a matter of distribution.
Another thing too is like, you know, maybe that course he's selling it off because he's like, all right, you know, there's only so long now that I can sell off this course, so I'm just going to sell it off as much as possible, and then I'm going to invest in the next thing, and that's going to be $2,000, and then I'm going to do the same thing, discount, sell it off, a new product. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we really don't know where he's at in terms of like his like 10-year business plan or whatever. You know? Yeah, I'm a fan of adding value rather than discounting, but. I mean, Tai Lopez is a smart guy based off of like everything I've seen, so
yeah,
I'm pretty sure he has a plan.
Definitely. So Tai Lopez, all in all, at the end of the day, you're convinced this guy knows what he's doing.
He's a great marketer.
I'm convinced now that he's a great marketer.
Study his stuff.
Yeah, you've introduced me to so many great videos, and I'm like, you know, he's got good points.
Yeah.
You can always learn something from someone, no matter how pompous they are, how much you dislike them. They're going to have something of value to give.
Yeah.
Unless they're ripping someone off and you're like, I totally listened to that podcast before you're just ripping off this person.
Yeah.
I find like that's all excessive. Right? Cool. Good times, Matt.
Absolutely.
Good times. All right, guys. So my name's Mitch.
My name's Matt.
It's Off the Cuff. We look forward to hearing from you. Leave comments below. Take care.